Yay, hey. I'm gonna wait a little bit because my iPad is not loading. La, la, la. So let me know if you can hear me. Maybe. Usually my iPad is slower than you guys for some reason. It takes a while for me. Okay. So on my iPad, the commercial started. I didn't know there was a commercial before. That's kind of annoying, huh? Like when you're ready to watch something and then you have like especially live streaming, like you have like commercial. What? That's a long commercial. I don't need to watch the commercial for my channel. Here we go. Okay. So I can see it here. Hi guys. I'm using a camera, the DSLR again, but then I forgot to insert a memory card, and I know that I don't have to use memory card for a YouTube live stream because like I'm just using the camera for a uh, web as a webcam, right? But there's like one time that I installed the surveillance camera, like IP camera, in my office, and then even though I'm not using that camera to record onto a memory card, I had to insert one for some reason. It's like no point of doing that, but otherwise, like it gave me the error and it's saying like something's wrong, right? And I was like it was like 2 minutes before I hit like go live, and I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to insert the SD card, but it worked, so yay. So it was like a little bit of a scary moment. So should be running okay. But こんばんは、見えます。Yay. Like I don't know like if the resolution, like how clear the video is visible to you guys, because like I was live streaming with my phone before, right? And I never watch my own videos, so I was wondering, because like on my computer it looks more crisp if I use my camera instead of my phone, but I don't know how visible that is on your end. I guess that's depending on like your internet speed, right? I think. But anyway, so okie dokie. Ah, 聞こえます。大丈夫です。Yay. Okay, so today I am drinking matcha. Like I'm already drinking. It's obvious. I'm drinking matcha. Do you like matcha? It's a Ayataka cafe. It's a very difficult kanji there. Ayataka. This is a eagle or something. Taka. I don't think I can write this kanji though. I can read it, but yeah, cafe. Ayataka cafe. Matcha latte. So this is a sweet one. Yeah, it's sweet. I think from last year there was a trend of matcha latte, and then there was the other one this year, hojicha latte. Hojicha is like browner, like brown tea. I have no idea, but it's good. There are several kinds of matcha latte, but I would say the best matcha that they have is Starbucks. Yeah, so anyway, so the next 15 minutes, if you have anything to drink or eat, I would rather have some snack with me, to be honest, but I can't because I have to talk. If I start eating, there is no sound. So, or maybe the engine sound from the motorbike or something. But yeah, I kind of like the last week though, because like I didn't have work because it was in the was it in the big yeah, it was in the beginning of Golden Week. And so I streamed from home. And because I was at home, I was able to, drink. And that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. But I had to live stream from my office. I mean, it's just like I like this background better than my house. But I am thinking of moving soon. So not soon. Not soon. Sometime. Well, it's more like I'm going to rent out. Well, this is a big announcement. I don't know if I should do this here. I should have planned this out. I should have probably talked about it, like, in the official YouTube video. But anyway, so I'm trying to find a find space for a YouTube recording room space. Yeah, so it's not like I'm moving, but like I'm moving to a place where I can live stream or make some videos if I want, if that makes sense. So unless that happens, I will be stick around in the office after work, and then I'll be streaming from here. So after this, I have to drive home. And I don't know if I have mentioned this before, but like in Japan, even if you get a sip of beer or like sip of alcohol, you cannot drive. It's very strict in Japan. So I think in America, like a little bit is fine, right? Yeah, as long as like if it's a little bit, then it's fine. But I don't know. I never driven in the States, so yeah. But so I'll have to stick with. And I attended a Jasmine's wedding a couple days ago. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was really good, and the food was good too. Um, and there, like I don't really have a like strong alcohol tolerance anyway. I'm a typical Japanese person, and so but even for me, like I got champagne and then a cup like glass of beer, and then I got 3 gin and tonic, and then I got 1 cocktail. So yeah, 6 drinks. 6 drinks. I did it. So yeah. I think I should refrain from alcohol a little bit for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or maybe months. Anyway, so what are we talking about today? Okay. No, it's not in here. So I don't think I did a good job with the thumbnail today. Like first I had a idea that if I could trick you guys that I had a baby. So I was like trying to Photoshop. Like if I had good, enough time to try many angle and then try to take photos of myself and in different lighting, and also if I had a time to search the pictures, like right picture, and then like Photoshop it very nicely, and then like I might be able to make one. But like I just wanted to make a photo where I'm holding the baby, but it was so difficult. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do this one. But yeah. Anyway, so ta, 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 ta. All right. So I'm gonna start with the article, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay. So Japan's child population falls for 41st year to record low. Japan's estimated child population fell for the 41st straight year to a record low, government data showed Wednesday, as women are believed to have refrained from having children due to the expanding coronavirus pandemic. Well, this one I have no idea. Because like there are some comments like it's been falling for the past 41 years, and then coronavirus has been around for like 2 years, 3 years. And so there's like nothing. Well, maybe it helped a little bit. Maybe like my accelerated a little bit, but it's not. because of pandemic. But anyway, the number of children aged 14 or younger, including foreigners, you cannot include foreigners. Well, as long as they have Japanese citizenship, then that's not foreign. I have no idea. I have no idea what they're doing. Anyway, stood at 14.65 millions as of April 1st, down about 250,000 from a year earlier, and the lowest figure since 1950, when comparable data became available, according to the data released by the Internal Affairs Ministry. Where should we read now? We don't really care about the gender or anything, so it's pretty much like half and half, a little bit of difference. And so I guess that's about it. Yeah, the child population in Japan peaked in 1954. That's way before my parents even born, right? Yeah. And at 29.89 million. The number briefly picked up around the early 1970s, but has continued to fall since 1982. So I was born in 1994. So even when I was born, we already had the issue of, like it was like a kind of obvious issue that Japan has less children every year. So yeah, okie dokie. So I have some data that I was looking up earlier. But okay, I haven't really caught up with your comments and questions. If you have any questions, you can just shoot me in the chat section. Yeah, just for a real baby. I thought about it. I really thought about it. I thought really hard, like if anyone had a baby. And do you remember a girl named Hikaru? She has been in some of my videos. One was like a karaoke because she's a voice trainer. Voice trainer? Is that a thing? Anyway, she is a singer of the local band, and so we went out to karaoke years and years ago. And then I think I interviewed her at her banana juice shop. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, when she just opened. She has opened the second store though. Yeah, I haven't gone to that one because it's really hard to put on YouTube. Maybe it's not for my YouTube. Because okay, so we are all Japanese, right? We are all Japanese here, and so we don't have the we don't get we don't see things in the same way the other people from other countries sees. So she tied up with a person who sells tacos. That's fine. That's totally fine, right? So she has her own banana juice shop, and then she opened a second one, and then I was like, they share the same place, and then they got the bigger space, and then they sell tacos, and then they sell banana juice. That's fine. But the tacos happen to be pink. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna put that on my YouTube. So I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, and so. Okay, so talk about babies. So it's not like I don't like babies. I'm not surrounded. So the reason why I brought up her name was because she has a daughter. Hikaru has a daughter, and so I thought I could borrow her in the picture. But she's not baby. She's like 2, something like that. And so she's like a little bigger than I want. And then I picked up this article yesterday. Yeah, it was like yesterday or 2 days ago. So it was too late for me to even ask Hikaru, because Hikaru is a very busy person. Not only she, as I said, she's like doing like a voice coach, vocal coach thingy. But at the same time, she does sing, and then she get a job as an MC at the events, and then she has to sell juice. So she's a very, 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 very busy person. So you can't just like call up and say, "Hey, can I borrow a baby?" I wish I could do that, but I can't. But other than that, I didn't have anyone that I could borrow their babies. So in such short notice. So too bad. Anyway, I might do though. I should do something. But I already said it here, so maybe. Like I thought they would be fun to like, surprise you guys with a fake baby. But anyway. So the whole thing, well, like we all know by this point that Japan has been losing population years and years, like almost a half century. That's kind of scary if you put it that way. But yeah, we all knew that, right? But anyway, so what do you think the reason behind this? What do you think? I should read some comments though. I'm getting so many comments. 6月開国します. Yes. Yes. But it's not sure though. Like I tweeted yesterday, 2 days ago, that Japan is considering to open up the border for tourists from June. But you have to have a vaccination 3 times, of course. And then like they are thinking of like accepting just like group tours only because it's easy to track them down or something. And Japan's stupid. So there will be some restrictions, and then we don't know exactly, when they would do that. But at least like the government said something now, right? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back a little bit. North America is 0.08% alcohol or less in your blood. That's hard to track down. Like how many glasses can I drink? I have no idea. Anyway, immigration from South Korea and China. Yeah, I don't. No Norm tonight, I guess. Yeah, no Norm. He's busy. I think it's good that less babies are being born. Really? Okay. It means that Japanese women have more options like career, travel, and other things. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is absolutely true. But if we continue to have less babies, then the whole economic in Japan would fall, and it's the whole society is falling apart already because we have more elderlies than younger people. And so we have the pension system, right? So the elderly people, senior citizens that who are already getting pensions, they are getting more monthly payment, uh, more than the pensions fee that I paid when they were working. So, however, when we get old enough to get pensions, and then before, I don't know exactly until when, but before, you could get pension payment from the age of 60. So the retirement was at the age of 60. And then you could easily live the next 10 or 20 years you can live off of pension, no worries. However, now it's got pushed up to 65 because government doesn't have enough funding, right? And then now it's been said that when we are old, when we get old, the age will be pushed even further up to 70. Yeah. And also on top of that, because we have less children every year, that means we have less support every year. We have less population who would pay pension every year. And so when we get old, we would get less pension payment than we have paid up to that point, up to the age of 70. So it's already collapsing. Anyway, what else? Less babies in Europe too. Ooh. Isn't it mainly economic issues than anything else? Yeah, economic is I think one thing that people are getting, like people don't have enough money to raise children. So okay, let's talk about economics. In Japan, over the last 10-20 years, the monthly salary hasn't changed, but the prices of things or services has gone up. So people are suffering from not being able to pay for what they need all together as a whole. Okay? Of course, there are rich people, but those people aside. And then seems like there are nearly a half college students are getting some sort of student loan. It's so stupid. In Japan, even if it's actually a student loan, they call it scholarship. So they would just go ahead and get it. But they sometimes they don't know that they have to pay it back. Yeah, it's so stupid. Like I got scholarship when I went to this university in the state, and I didn't have to pay it back because it was a scholarship, right? I won that prize. But in Japan, we don't really have many scholarships unless you don't have any parents, or like if you have any some sort of like you went through like some sort of tragedy, right? And so when you apply for so-called shogakukin, and that's literally translated into scholarship. However, it's actually a form of student loan. So when you graduate, at the time you graduate from four-year college, you are already in debt. You might have nearly like 2 million to 3 million yen, like student loan debt. But you don't get much money as a salary once you start working. So, but and then at the same time, when you graduate from university, you're already 22. You are about to turn to 23. And so, if you want to, get married, maybe around like 26, 27, you only have like 5 years to save up money. And then, when you want to have like one or two babies, and that'll cost a lot, right? So if you logically think how much money you have to save, how much money you have to pay back, and all that kind of thing, it's almost impossible to get married and have kids before turning 30. Yeah. So like of course money is one of the biggest issues that we are having. Um and So I pulled up some data. It was like from Yahoo. And like lately, what? I shouldn't say too much because I'm one of those people, right? However, I'm still in my 20s, so So that's my excuse. But less and less people are interested in getting married because they don't, as I said, they don't have enough money and they put it off. So they might get married when they turn like 30. I think for like a female, I think the the average age for the first marriage will be like 30 or 31, around there, and maybe a little bit older for guys, right? And I thought I found it. Oh, okay. And then even for people who are in their early 30s, about 40% of them haven't been married yet. That's a big number, I think. That is a big number. And interestingly, I'm trying to make it like simple sentence to explain this. But interestingly, the couples who are married tend to have 1, 2, 3 kids. So if you compare the situation today to the situation, I will say like 30 years, 40 years ago, the like there is like difference, but there is no big difference between now and then. How many percent of the marital couples had kids? And only like 3% then didn't have kids, but they are married. And then 6% now of those who are married don't have kids. So that numbers are not that big. So the reason why the children's number is falling is because people don't get married. And now you see why I'm like, I probably shouldn't say this because, yeah, but I'm yep. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at some comments. Now I have so many comments. Yay, a lot of comments. Yay. Okay. So I personally think the government should give out some money to those who are young, like people who are in their 20s or 30s, to like so that like they will be encouraged to get married and have kids, right? Because they don't have to worry about not having enough money to raise children. But I don't think that's how it works in in the real world. Too many comments. I don't know where to begin. Uh, da, 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 da. Japanese women have been having less and less children for a long time, but Japan seems to be doing fine. No, we are not doing fine, as I explained before. I know why, but it's too sensitive. It's too sensitive. Is it? Have you seen how the countryside cities are becoming like a ghost town? Yep. We call it, well, what do we call it? There is a specific word. Shutter, I think it's called like Shutter Shopping Street. Shattagai. Like shopping street, like old fashioned shopping street called Shotengai. But you like all you see is just like shutters. That's the Japanese word for a garage doors. Yeah, or like I think British people say shutters, right? Yeah. So like it's called like Shutter Shopping Street. It's like ghost town. I guess Japanese people more focus on work than family. I think so. And then there's no benefits. I think. Like if you work for a big ass companies, then you can get good money. You can get paid holidays, and you don't have to work too many overtimes and all those things. But if you work for mid-sized to small companies, then not that many people can get paid holidays. Like there is a system, and then the companies are encouraged to give those paid holidays to their employees, but not really, not really. And as a Canadian, I think Japan is extremely overpopulated still. I think so. I think so. But the reason this low birth rate can be a problem is that because we have more more elderlies than young people. That's the thing. So if we survive this whole like this time, and then those elderlies gradually die off, sorry, then maybe this low birth rate won't be that much big of an issue. Maybe, but I don't know how many people we have to kill off those elderlies. So to balance it out. Uh, the number of my children is 4. Wow, okay, big family. And I have a headache from them. I am ready to donate them to Japan for free. Don't. But I deal with kids every day. The youngest will be like 2, I think. If I count like siblings of my students, and then I know maybe 1 or 0, even like couple months old. They are adorable, but once they start like crying or something, I was like, oh. you know and then like they don't run around, or they don't do anything harmful, or they don't scream, or like they barely cry. Like even if they cry, they will like cry because they forgot their homework or something. So they don't like cry, like they cry loud, or scream cry or anything like that, because they are here to study, and their parents are not here. So even though they know me and they like me and all that, but we are still strangers to each other. So they try to be as polite as possible, and then they try to be as like to be the nice kids as possible, I think. So yeah, but still, yeah, 4 kids. Wow. Okay. Ta 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 ta. Oh, it's interesting. I think religion probably plays a role, as deeply religious people are known to have more children. That's true. That's true. Also, maybe an extreme work ethic, leaving less time for family bonding. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Both are true, I think. Um, Most of Japanese people are atheists. Atheists, that's the word, right? Um, like we do have Shintoism, and we do have Buddhism, we do have Christianity. Those are probably the 3 major religion in Japan, but it's tied to our culture. So if you go to a wedding, it's done in a chapel, so you would see the cross. So it's a church, right? But that doesn't mean that those people are Christian. And if somebody dies, then you go to the temple, and then you would ask a monk to do the whole ceremony. And so that's Buddhism. And then for the other things like Japanese festivals like Matsuri and New Year's days and things like that. We tend to go to the shrine, and so that's Shintoism, right? So, but it doesn't mean that we believe in anything. And then actually, the Shintoism have like believe that there are many gods in the world. So that's why there is no like the restriction, you know. Um we I think most of the Japanese people would accept there are many different types of God. And then, some people believe in Christianity, and then some people believe in Buddhism, and then Hinduism and other things. And like, we're fine, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, I had, I think most of my friends back in the US are Christian. And especially Catholic people would have big families, I think. Yeah. ちょっと商店街。I hear about lots of people 80 and like and 80 and 70 plus and 80 plus still working in Japan. Yeah, I think so. Especially in the countryside. And then if they have like mountains or fields for themselves, and they would grow some like rice or like oranges here in Ehime. Because like as long as you're healthy and then you can walk around and then you can work, there's no like limit to that. And in the city, it might be very difficult. Uh, but if you work in, but maybe not 70, 80. My dad is 60 something. And so he had to retire. He's a teacher in public school. And so he had to retire at the age of 60. But he already made his mind that he was going to continue working until the age of 65 at least. So he was rehired to the same school. And that's most of the teachers would do here in Japan. So, yeah. Um, but I think if you want to get a new job at the age of like 70, like even like 40 or 50, it's almost impossible. Yeah, not so many companies would want to hire people who want to start a new job. Yeah, that late. Yeah. I think Japan has an issue where the elderly generation has a disproportionate percentage of the savings in Japan since they grew up in work before the economic breakdown in the late 80s and early 90s. That's very true. That's very true. So I think it was before 1990. So before I was born, right before I was born. You could just put all of your money all of your salary into your bank account, and then the bank would give you a very good percentage of interest, so you didn't have to do anything, right? But right now, like, you could probably get the interest of like 0.01% or something. It's like horrible. So yeah, like people who have put in some money to bank account and trying to save money during that time, and they would have like good enough money. Yeah, that is true. So I was born, and then everything collapsed. Yeah, everything. Ah, so sad. Yeah, it's been on the decline since the bubble burst. Yes, bubble burst. Yes, bubble. I think I remember right. It has a lot to do with it. Yep, yep, yep. I think the because like I was like 2 years old, so I don't remember, of course. But seems like the price, is it price for a lands and then like real estate dropped drastically. Oh, I met a female CEO here in Matsuyama before. She owns her own salon and stuff, and she's like very old. She is very old. I don't know if I can say that, but she's like 60, 65, something around there. So she's like senior citizens, but she still runs her own salon and she works and all that. But she was one of those people who was already start working and then raising kids during the economic gro- growth. Yeah, and so like in like 1980s. And so once she said like she had a condo in Australia just for her employees, and then a couple of times in a year she would bring all of her staff down there, and then they would enjoy the trip, enjoy life in Australia, and but she had this feeling that she should sell the property in Australia. And but it was in the middle of the economic boost. And so her manager, her guy, like she had to have a like consultation with somebody in order to sell the property. And then the person was like, well, it's growing, the worth of this property is growing, so why would you let it go, right? Like um that would be a waste. And she was like, it's fine. I just feel like I don't think I would use that condo anymore. So it's fine. I'm just gonna like sell it now. And then right after she sold it, the bubble burst. So she had that kind of sense. I don't know why, but I heard the story and I'm like, wow. So she says she was lucky. She says she doesn't have any idea how to run a business, and so she says that that was just a luck. But you need a luck, right? You need luck. Matcha. I want to bring the viewership to 100. I want to double that within the next couple of months. Maybe within a year. I don't know. I don't know. Today's viewership was pretty good. Ta ta ta. The Japanese population has been getting more and more productive for 41 years. Couldn't this compensate for that? What do you mean? Getting more productive? Mm, I don't think so because the as a because like I'm not I don't work for a company. I own a company, so I don't know. But apparently, the past couple of decades, the for business people, like businessmen who serve for a company, they haven't got a raise at all. Their salary hasn't gone up, but they have to pay a lot more compared to 20 years ago for rent, for food, and for education and everything. So, yeah, I don't think that would compensate. Thanks, Gwen. It would help if people hitting the like button. Thank you. Hit the like button. We do this in the middle, like hit the like button campaign. Go ahead. One, just one person. Oh no. Two. Go, 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 go. Oh, 41. Here we go. Okay, go, 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 go. Oh, it stopped at 41. But okie dokie. Australia is far worse than Tokyo. Really? Is the Matsuyama area declining? Yeah, of course, of course. So I don't know if it was the same article it said that, but this year was the first year the every single prefecture's child population declined from the previous year. So Matsuyama too. Da, 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 da. Ha 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 ha. Australia is far worse than Tokyo. Feel blessed. You have a livable cities all around. Also, you have speed trains, so you can very far away from Tokyo and still work there. Well, not if you are living in Shikoku though. If you live in like Osaka or Nagoya or Hiroshima, then yeah, you could easily go to Tokyo. But if you use bullet train Shinkansen, that's far more expensive than plane. So yeah, it's convenient, but it's expensive. Yep, yep, yep. So I'm I'm trying to learn about basic income right now. It's not like I can do anything with it, but there are some political parties that are who are trying to support the idea of basic income. So yeah, maybe I could support them by voting for them if I learn about it and if I think that's good. So far, it sounds good, right? I don't know if any other countries have accepted the system of basic income, but that's another story, I think. Oh, by the way, I am planning to go to Matsuyama from Kochi City this upcoming Natsuyasumi by bicycle. Nice. Any recommendation? Natsuyasumi. It'll be so hot. But like if this is your first time, well, by bicycle, I have no idea how long it takes. Kochi and Matsuyama is really far apart, though. Really, 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 really. I think even if you use a highway, it'll take like 3 hours, nearly 4 hours drive, depending on where you are coming from. Like Kochi is really big, so but if this is your first time visiting Matsuyama, then definitely like I would hit like Matsuyama Castle and then Dogo and then a place like that. But if you live in Kochi, it's pretty much the same. Seriously, like I went to Kochi and I like walked down Shopping shopping street, like, huh, huh. I feel like this is Matsuyama, right? Um, I don't know. If you like raw fish, like sashimi, you could definitely eat a Thai meshi, Uwajima Thai meshi. That's pretty good. Um, you can ride a botchan train. That might be new experience. Yeah, something like that. It'll be hot though. It'll be hot. Anyway, oops. 2 more minutes. Oh no. Few countries have done tests on universal basic income, but as far as I know, it's not been widely implemented. Oh, really? Huh. A place to stay? Place to stay. There are many hotels, nice hotels in Dogo area. Like I don't know if you are looking for like ryokan style or if you are looking for like a business hotel as cheap as possible. My friend is running a hotel in Dogo. Dogo no Yado. It's like it's not like ryokan style though, but it's pretty good. Dogo no Oyado? Dogo no Oyado. Iwasaki. Dogo no Oyado, Iwasaki. It's like a very modern style. It's a building, so it's not like Japanese. like old house style, like it's not like a minpaku, but it's pretty brand new. And yeah, she has backpacked in America when she was young, so she can speak a little bit English too. Ah, ta, 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 ta. Do you still have the e-reader on the back of your iPhone? No, I don't. I didn't like the thickness. So, wow, you have been around since that video? Like how many years ago? Oh my goodness. Okay. One of my favorite areas in Japan was Kanagawa. Okay, especially Kamakura, Kamakura and Enoshima Island. Not too far from Tokyo either. That's true. That's true. Enoshima Island is pretty far. I think you have to take a boat. Yeah, like I have never been to Kamakura. I have never. So I want to go. Really, the I can't say this word, fatality rate for Japan as a whole is comparable to most European countries. In Spain and Italy, it is even lower. South Korea has by far the lowest rate. So maybe because Japanese people live long, that's the problem. That might be it. Cause like seems like everyone is like saying that you guys have lower birth rates compared to Japan, right? So if that's true, if that's really true, then if you guys are not having the same problem as we are, then the only difference is how long everyone lives, right? So I guess that's because Japanese people live long. Oh no. Hi, Jalaluddin. Sorry. Live fast, die young. Here we go. Here we go. Well, live long, but like, live healthy, healthy and live long. I'm from Pakistan. Nice. シェリージュニアに早く会いたい。シェリージュニアになるのそうなの I want a daughter. Well, I want to have both. I want a daughter and a son. Because it seems like I like having like before I was like I want a daughter, right? Like, but it seems like having both would be fun. Like I have several twins in my school, but the one pair is the female and the male, and then like they are completely different, and it's like it's very fun to be around. So okay, all right, so that's it for today. It was fun talking. Little deep conversation maybe, but okie dokie. That's pretty much it. All right. Should I take one more question? Late again. Yep, you're late. Yeah, it's over. Good night. Okay, people say good night, so that's it. お疲れ様. Thank you for joining. So, all right, I'm gonna go home. Bye, guys. Bye bye. All right, end stream. Good night. Confirmation.